I remember the night vividly. It was a stormy evening when I found myself stranded on a desolate stretch of road. The rain poured relentlessly, and the wind howled ominously, making it almost impossible to see beyond a few feet ahead. With no other options in sight, I decided to take shelter in a rundown motel that appeared out of the darkness like a beacon of hope. As I stepped inside, I was greeted by a musty smell that hung in the air, a scent of dampness and neglect. The reception area looked as if time had forgotten it, with dusty furniture and faded wallpaper peeling away from the walls. The place seemed deserted, but I could hear faint whispers of conversation coming from somewhere deep within the building. The receptionist, an elderly man with hollow eyes, took my payment and handed me a rusty key. He warned me about strange happenings in the motel, but brushed them off as mere rumors. Dismissing his words as local folklore, I made my way to the room assigned to me. The hallway was dimly lit, and the flickering lights stuttered with an eerie rhythm. With each step, the creaking floorboards echoed through the silence, sending shivers down my spine. As I approached my room, I couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched, as if unseen eyes were staring at me from the darkness. Upon entering the room, I noticed the peeling paint on the walls and the stains on the carpet. The air felt heavy, as if infused with a sense of dread. I closed the door behind me, trying to shut out the unsettling energy that seemed to permeate every corner of the room. I tried to distract myself by turning on the television, but the screen flickered to life with distorted images and static-filled sounds. The volume increased uncontrollably, filling the room with garbled voices that seemed to plead for release. I frantically yanked the power cord from the outlet, plunging the room into darkness. Heart pounding, I fumbled for my phone to call for help, but there was no signal. Panic consumed me as I realized the isolation of my situation. I contemplated leaving, but something held me back, an unexplainable force that rooted me in that room. Time seemed to stretch on, each minute feeling like an eternity. Eventually, exhaustion took over, and I drifted into an uneasy sleep. That's when the nightmares began. In my dreams, I was trapped in a labyrinthine maze of narrow corridors and dimly lit rooms. Shadowy figures lurked in the corners, their eyes gleaming with malice. I tried to escape, but the walls shifted and twisted, trapping me further in this macabre nightmare. As the first rays of dawn pierced through the curtains, I awoke with a start. The room was silent, devoid of the malevolent energy that had haunted it just hours before. Relieved, I quickly gathered my belongings and rushed out of the motel, never looking back. To this day, I cannot explain the events that unfolded in that motel. Whether it was my imagination running wild or something more sinister, I will never know. But one thing is for certain, that night forever changed me, a constant reminder of the unseen horrors that can lurk in the most unsuspecting of places.